Hello, hello. Wow, this is my first time being live on the desktop, which is kind of cool. I've never done this before. Um, I feel like for I've been doing graphic design and working with people online for so long, and I've tried all kinds of platforms to do live streams and stuff, and this is really great. It's really cool that a lot of people can actually participate. So anyways, welcome to my live. This is all about art, creative thinking, and yeah, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit about what I do over here and kind of take you through my sketchbooks, some collage artwork. On the side over here I have some of my favorite art books that I would like to share with you guys. And yeah, I am here to just kind of like show you guys a little bit. So okay, I'll start with my first sketchbook. This is actually a recent sketchbook that I started, and this is all for portraits, learning how to do portraits each day. So, my goal usually is I wake up in the morning, I sip my coffee, I sit down at the table, and I do a sketch, like a portrait sketch for like between 15 to um, 30 minutes. And I don't try to like overdo this in like the most insane way. Like, I genuinely just want to show up and practice facial expressions and yeah, my goal is just to learn without being super stressed about it. And this is like a 2 week progress already. So as like these go into the sketchbook, they start looking a little bit better and better. And that's because I decided to do it each day without, having this like super crazy need to uh, be perfect. I think that's a lot of what keeps us from making art is because we think we suck at it, so then we just don't do it anymore, and that's not how it's supposed to be. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. Hee hee hee. Let's talk about art. So yeah, here are some really like short, quick sketches. This one took actually a little bit longer. It was like 30 minutes. This is gouache and colored pencils. Some of the pencils that I use is just like a regular colored pencil, but if I want like a really nice soft line, I use watercolor uh, colored pencils, which are really cool, and they leave this interesting mark. But anyways, look how cool that turned out. And that's only 30 minutes. And believe me, like I have 2 kids, and the fact that I can manage to set some time aside for me to actually do some art is amazing. And you know what? It's super possible. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. But yeah, so all of these portraits take between 15 and 30 minutes. And the whole point of it is not perfection, it's just building a healthy relationship between you and goals, like setting really realistic goals, period. I think the moment you start making these grand goals about art making, that's when things start to really go downhill. So, for example, a bad one would be I'm going to be in an art show in just 2 months. So, I'm going to paint like 6 paintings and yay. Oh my God. No, that is definitely a goal that takes time. I think I would say at least a year to like play for um to to practice for an art show. Um but that's just me. Um yeah, for example, in parallel to these sketches that I do, I actually do have larger goals. For example, I'm working on a series of paintings. Um, I'm playing, it's called the Great Sun Bath Paintings, and it's all these people really being relaxed on the beach, relaxing, and these are oil paintings. Now, I don't know how long this will take me, but I'm giving myself like 2 years to like really, really come around it, like practice, have a couple of versions of these paintings. And, in parallel, I'm doing these sketches that, keep the fire on in my mind and my up here. It keeps me healthy mentally. So, yeah, I really like where this sketchbook is going. And some of the things that I do enjoy doing in parallel to painting and drawing, I love, 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 love collaging. I think collaging is such a wonderful, quick way to make art, and you can establish a lot of really great things by just cutting and gluing. And like, look how cool these turned out. Um, I personally really, really like them. This is a combination between, so it's a mixed media collage. Old magazines from Romania from the communist era, acrylic, and that the darkness part is charcoal. So I mixed a couple of things together. But yeah, just like that, and like, I don't know, I worked at this for like 30 minutes or so. And the feeling of finishing an art piece is so good when you're strapped for time. And if you ever feel like you're just not producing enough, you're not creating enough, collaging is such a great way to like just jumpstart that. In collaging, I've when I was in postpartum 3 years ago, collaging was the only thing I could do that was quick enough, and I could still feel like I'm achieving something, and it was perfect. It was really, really perfect. So I have another sketchbook that is dedicated to just collages. So this sketchbook, again, I can wake up in the morning over coffee, and I can just work these small collages like for like 10-15 minutes. These are really quick, actually, much quicker than the portrait goals that I have in the other sketchbook. But the whole point of it is to just, first of all, have fun, right? I mean, that's why we make art to begin with. And second of all, to practice what you could do in collaging. And over here, like, I did things in this sketchbook that I did not think to do in other times when I was working on, maybe say larger pieces like this, because I didn't want to mess them up. So over here, mistakes are really, really accepted, they're welcomed, and it's just a really great way to practice without feeling stressed. As you can see, I'm working with magazines with just colored paper. Some of them I'm not too hot about, but again, that's the whole point, is just to like come really quick to this sketchbook and glue them and see where it goes. And for this collage sketchbook, I plan on actually filling this to all the way to the end. And it's one of the things that I really enjoy doing is once I finish these sketchbooks, I put them on my website for sale. So it would make like a really great book on your coffee table. I think it's great, like just keeping them. But it's just really cool to see a full collection of experiments. And as you can see over here, this is where for the first time I started playing with folding my paper on collage. And same here. Look, such a small thing, but so fun. The fact that I can come up with a composition so quick. These are all the little leftovers that are left behind from collaging. This one, I was really unsatisfied with this one because the model itself was so beautiful. And I thought, okay, how do I put this together? There's like too many things, it's so busy. But again, that's the whole point, is just to like show up. If you guys have any questions, feel free to like ask away. This is, again, my first time doing a live like this. And I would really like to practice and really engage with you guys. Yeah, like whatever people do on these lives. I just talk, I ramble on, apparently. Oh, this is a really cool one. I use this like shimmery paper for the rain. It's kind of crazy what you can do with just like with that type of material. Here, no face, which was really interesting. But I really like the composition. There's something really beautiful and symmetrical. Like from like any angle, it just looks really cool. And this, because you saw the rest of my stuff, they're pretty busy in many ways. I asked myself, how can I simplify a collage? And I was like, okay, maybe use just 2 elements. And I used 2 pieces of paper. And the second one, I folded it and placed it in like this kind of origami look. And it instantly makes it look like it's more than that it means something. So it's pretty impressive with what you can do with just a few things. Same over here. I wasn't too hot about this one. This one had potential, but it was just, yeah, it wasn't my favorite. And yeah, oh, this is definitely a really fun collage. So simple. She looks like she's walking on water. And this is like a really happy accident. Like I didn't even like think it was gonna turn this good from just 2 elements. Yeah, let's see. I hope this shows you that, you can do almost anything in collaging. Anything, really anything. This technique I'm super obsessed with right now. So I take whatever image from a magazine, I slice it, and then I realign it. And the look of it is just, to me, it's so insane. It just looks like a glitch in the system. Yeah. This is a pretty cute little one with a lot of elements, but simple. The background is plain. And it just makes all these elements stand out. There you go. And these are 50 collages that I've finished so far. Still have about 50 to go. And this is another sketchbook that I haven't finished, but has a lot of really great things. Hold on, let me grab some water because I'm thirsty. Okay. This is a sketchbook that was dedicated just to red pencil, like a red aesthetic, watercolors, but everything is in red in here. And this is actually a good chunk of it is a documentation of my summer, this last summer. And a red pen, and it's just so convenient to, I don't know, to just have this big round stick pen with me everywhere. It makes it so easy to draw at any time. And I just love the look of it. Like, if you'd ask me why, I think it's just I really enjoy the color red. And these were done at the Black Sea. Just quick little studies of people and people on the beach. And this little journal like came with me absolutely everywhere. It was just a quick way to be observant and really just look around. It would help me not be on my phone, which was really great. And it was just, people move quick. So another thing that I've noticed from observing people in public, I noticed that I'm getting better at capturing certain expressions and postures because people are moving pretty fast and they're not posing for you. And if they are, they don't know about it. Cars that I would see from me inside the car. People at coffee shops, kids playing in the sand. They were super fun to draw. A church that's close by my house. my husband being grouchy at the coffee shop because I don't know, he was talking to somebody and I was able to capture that moment. More people in public drinking coffee and talking on the phone. This lady kept picking her tooth on the bus. Also still her. Then the lady next to her was reading something on the phone. And then, this is kind of faint, but I did it in pencil. Sometimes I go to the museum and I just sketch paintings, sculptures that I see. This lady was sitting on this beautiful tree in the park. Oh, this is a kind of a quick self-portrait from a reference photo. This is a painting from Bucharest Art Museum. So I just sat down and painted. And drew it. This is a scene from one of my favorite movies, The Dreamers. It's a love story between 3 people. They're all dysfunctional, but it was a really great movie and I enjoyed it. So people in the park, I sometimes take my son to the park and while he's playing, I just sit there and I draw people. And you capture like really funny moments. Like this kid was on his phone instead of playing, he was just clicking away at his phone. This one, I don't know. I didn't particularly like it, but I did it anyways. This is where I got the itch to start doing portraits, and it was definitely, I was feeling very rusty. Same, super rusty, but I wanted to start doing portraits. And then slowly they start getting better. Hello, everybody that's joining. Hello. And sometimes I go on walks. How do I? In nature by my house, and I just draw nature and houses and the view. My friends at coffee shops. I even journal a little bit in here. Quick little studies of nature. Self-portrait of me and my friend. And these is a good series. I did Ink October, this last one in the fall, and I think I've only did 15 of them. I just couldn't keep up with the daily grind, but this is day 1. I really love this mustache man so much. Day 2. Day 3 is really cool. I love this queen. It really turned out really beautiful. Day 4. And things just since this summer, I really feel like I've drastically improved upon my skills. Starfish. It didn't really turn out the way I wanted to, but it's okay. Oh, I got a message. I don't know how all these things work in here, man. But anyways, I'll continue to show you guys my art. This is a day 8 from Inktober. I wanted, and I think the word was reckless. And I drew Romeo and Juliet from the newest one with Leonardo DiCaprio. So there you go. Marilyn Manson for, I think it was creepy, or I can't remember what the word was more exact. And yeah, all these are drawn with a ballpoint pen, which is awesome. It makes me happy. Sting. And this was a really interesting one. So I divided the image, juxtaposed it differently, and then I started drawing that photo that I cut up. And it turned out really cool, actually. What do you guys think? No lady flipping off. Yeah, not all the topics on Inktober like I fancied. Like some of them really bored me. Like this one, I was just like, oh god, okay. This is pretty cool. I like this old man. And that's that for this sketchbook. So yeah, guys, that's what I have so far. I've really enjoyed. I do have more sketchbooks in here. I can show you guys one more if you're up for it. Because apparently today is like show and tell for me more than anything. This is also a sketchbook from the summer. Let me put this in a way that, there you go. This is from the Black Sea. Acrylic and red pencil. Acrylic and red pencil. Just quick studies and see where it goes. I kind of like how it looks with the background before you start adding paint. There's something really cool about it. Here's not finished. This is from an art class that I taught on Substack. I wanted to show how to work from reference photos and how to map it out, and yeah. These are some of my sketches from the class. And this is still from the same class, is just teaching people how to like map out some of the main elements and put them quickly on paper. Over here, some of the people sent me their photo references, and I was trying to explain how to properly map it. Let's see. Sketches, yay, more sketches. Over here, I was working with a reference from my student, and I was explaining to her how to like properly divide the photo and just follow the object based off of the grid that you built. Same, this is a student, and I was helping her understand her photo. Some lovely clouds. Like Bob Ross says, sometimes you just have to paint some clouds and have fun with it. This is me working from a reference photo with a ballpoint pen. Working from a reference of me and my mother. It's a photo of me and my mother. And this was for the art class. This is my student's reference photo, so we were trying to figure out how to draw this out. I was showing examples from a photo that I was working on. Here I was just out and about, enjoying my coffee. Yeah, it's so cool to actually take a look at all these sketchbooks and see what gets accumulated over time. Oh, this is a really pretty big self-portrait. And and another one over here. This is of the view out my window from here from home. And then I think I'm coming to an end pretty quick. Here is just doodling, just having fun with watercolor and gouache. And then this is super fun. I got hired to work on a children's book, and I started practicing like the type of style that I want to see. This is not the topic that's going to be in a children's book, but I do want to paint it in this type of look. And then, yeah, I really like these little model ladies. And that's kind of it. That's what I have for this presentation of all my sketchbooks. I hope you enjoyed them. There's so many of them that I just shared. So much cool art in such little time. And I hope what you get out of all this is just the fact that if you just do a little bit each day, and you just decide that you want to like improve your artwork, it's totally possible. And it doesn't have to be perfect right away. It can just be over time for the next couple years where you just work at your craft. So with that, thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. I will definitely come on more often with teaching art classes and just getting more familiar with this platform. I definitely like it. And if you have any tips, advice on how to do this better, please do, like, reach out. And I will see you on the next creative talk or art class that I'll be teaching. Bye, 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 bye.